Pope John Paul II, a life of faith and legacy. Karol Joseph Wojtyla, later known as Pope John Paul II, was born on May 18, 1920 in Wadowice, Poland. His early life was marked by hardship, losing his mother at the age of 9, his older brother soon after, and his father before he turned 21. These experiences shaped his strong faith and resilience. He lived through World War II, witnessing the horrors of Nazi occupation and later the communist rule in Poland. Despite these challenges, he pursued his studies in secret and eventually became a priest, later rising to the rank of bishop and cardinal. In 1978, he became the first non-Italian pope in over 450 years, marking the beginning of an extraordinary papacy that would leave a lasting impact on the world. In October 1978, the Catholic Church elected Karol Wojtyla as Pope John Paul II. His election was a historic moment, as he was the first pope from Poland and the first from outside Italy in centuries. His humility, deep spirituality, and warm personality quickly made him popular. He was known for his ability to connect with people regardless of their background, language, or religion. His papacy became one of the longest in history, lasting over 26 years. Pope John Paul II was one of the most traveled leaders in history, visiting 129 countries during his papacy. He believed in reaching out to people personally and bringing the message of Christ to every corner of the world. He was the first pope to visit a synagogue and a mosque, showing his commitment to interfaith dialogue. He also met with political leaders, striving to promote peace and unity among nations. His visits to Latin America, Africa, and Asia brought hope to many, especially in countries struggling with poverty, war, and oppression. One of the most dramatic moments in his life occurred on May 13, 1981, when a Turkish gunman, Mehmet Ali Agca, shot him 4 times in St. Peter's Square. The world watched in shock as the Pope was rushed to the hospital, critically wounded. After a long surgery and recovery, he survived. However, the most remarkable part of this event was his decision to forgive his attacker. In 1983, he visited Agca in prison, spoke with him privately, and later advocated for his release. This act of mercy and forgiveness showed the world the true power of Christian faith and compassion. Pope John Paul II played a crucial role in the fall of communism, especially in Eastern Europe. His visits to Poland in 1979 and the 1980s inspired the people to fight for their freedom. He supported the Solidarity movement, led by Lech Walesa, which became a major force in resisting communist rule. His words, "Do not be afraid," encouraged millions to stand against oppression. His influence reached beyond Poland, inspiring democratic movements in other communist countries. By 1989, communism was collapsing in Eastern Europe, and many credited him as one of the key figures behind this transformation. Pope John Paul II had a special connection with young people. In 1985, he established World Youth Day, a global gathering of Catholic youth. Millions of young people attended these events, listening to his messages of faith, hope, and responsibility. He encouraged young people to be strong in their beliefs and to shape the future with courage and love. His ability to inspire the younger generation made him one of the most beloved figures in the world. Throughout his papacy, Pope John Paul II worked to improve relationships between different religions. He visited a Jewish synagogue in Rome in 1986, marking an important step in Christian-Jewish relations. He also met with Muslim leaders and visited a mosque in Syria in 2001, becoming the first pope to do so. He worked towards reconciliation with the Orthodox Church and other Christian communities. His efforts to promote peace and understanding between religions made a significant impact on the world. In his later years, Pope John Paul II suffered from Parkinson's disease, which affected his ability to speak and move. Despite his illness, he continued his work, showing remarkable strength and determination. He refused to step down, believing that his suffering was part of his mission. His final public appearances were deeply moving, as millions saw him struggling but still devoted to his faith. On April 2nd, 2005, he passed away, and the world mourned the loss of a great spiritual leader. Over 4 million people traveled to Rome to pay their respects, and his funeral was one of the largest gatherings of world leaders in history. Pope John Paul II was declared a saint in 2014 by Pope Francis. His influence on the Catholic Church and the world remains strong. He changed the way people saw the papacy, making it more accessible and connected to the people. His teachings on human dignity, faith, and forgiveness continue to inspire millions. He left behind a legacy of love, courage, and hope, proving that true leadership is about serving others and standing for what is right. Pope John Paul II's life was filled with memorable moments that shaped history. From his election as the first Polish pope to his role in ending communism, from surviving an assassination attempt to promoting peace among different religions, his impact was profound. His kindness, faith, and unwavering belief in human dignity made him one of the most respected and beloved leaders of all time. His legacy continues to live on in the hearts of people around the world.